Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Logan Raj and today I bring to you a series of videos on the topic of learning how to learn. Now recently I started a new job and it requires me to sit for exams in order to be qualified. So I guess you're never really done with studying even after university. And because of this, it's made me want to revisit the methods and techniques that I used to use when I was studying back in high school, college and university. And these are the same methods and techniques that helped me get 40 stars for my A-levels in college and helped me graduate university with a first-class degree. And I'm not saying this just to brag, but it's so that you know that you're listening to a reliable source. And ever since I was a kid, I was a very academically inclined student. I'd always bury myself away in the books in order to get grades that I wanted to get. In simple terms, I was just a nerd. Now, this series of videos might be helpful to you if A, you're a person who never really focused on getting good grades before, but now you want to, be it by a New Year's resolution, or you just want to prove it to your friends or family. Or B, you haven't really studied for a while and you're coming from work and you're gonna pursue a master's perhaps, or you're gonna enroll yourself in an online course. Then I guess this might be helpful to you as well. And see if, let's say you just taken a long break from studying and you're coming back from a sabbatical and you just want to get into the groove of things, then yep, this video would be helpful to you. So to start off the first video to this series, I like to talk about the topics of goal setting and mindset. Now, with the first thing, goal setting, Stephen Covey once said that you have to begin with the end in mind. But I like to add to that and say that you have to begin with both the journey and end in mind. Now, what I mean by this is that you have to set two kinds of goals with regards to your learning journey or your study period. And that would be your destination goal, which is the end goal that you want to achieve. What is the thing that you want to gain out of this process? For example, it could be a grade that you want to achieve, or the job you want to land from learning this course, or maybe the projects that you want to have completed once you're done learning this particular area. And second would be journey goals. Now, journey goals are often overlooked. A lot of people spend their time focusing on destination goals and the end goals. But the thing is that it's going to take a long while before you actually reach that destination goal. And what this does is you're going to have a long period where you're going to have a delayed gratification before you get that result. And oftentimes those results are kind of influenced by external factors. So this is why I recommend setting journey goals. And what a journey goal is it could be like a weekly or daily habit that you instill in yourself or that you set to achieve during your learning period. For example, if the goal is to learn data science and get better at data science, the destination goal would be to complete a course on data science and build a recommendation system. And then your journey goal would be to at least finish an hour of data science course each day for 3 weeks. Now, it is important for you to be as specific as possible when setting these goals, especially if you don't have a deadline. So be sure to add in a time pressure to yourself or your own internal deadline. Otherwise, there's a high chance that you will likely procrastinate on this goal. Now, the second thing I like to cover is mindset. And one of the best mindsets to have is just to always say to yourself, I might not know this now, but I will know it soon. And I'm not actually sure where I got this saying from, but it's something that I kept telling myself since high school. And it all started when I skipped a grade in high school, and I skipped a grade in the middle of the year. So what that meant was I missed a whole half year's worth of syllabus. And one of the hardest thing was that I had to catch up on a whole half year's worth of GCSE additional maths class. Now, when I first entered that classroom, I didn't understand a single symbol that was written up on the whiteboard. You had the integrations and differentiations, and it didn't mean anything to me. All it looked like were just a bunch of Egyptian hieroglyphics. Now, it's definitely daunting to learn something new for the first time, or learn a particular area or concept for the first time, and you might even look at it and say to yourself, what the heck? But for some reason, in that class, I just kept saying to myself, I might not know this now, but I will know it soon. It was probably just a way for me, it probably just started off as a way for me to cope and reassure myself that I had it in me. And I managed to get through my additional maths class after putting in additional hours, of course, after classes and going for external classes. I managed to score an A star for my additional maths in my GCSE exam. And that was something that I was really, really proud of. So it's always good to keep telling yourself, I might not know this now, but I will know it soon. It's also a way for you to remind yourself to not give up before you even try. So you might not know this now, but with enough time, effort, dedication that you put into it, you will master that particular subject area. So keep saying that to yourself. Be brave, be curious, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Now that's a mindset that has really helped me a lot throughout my academic journey. Now, what's the first thing when it comes to mind when someone says there's no such thing as a stupid question? And whenever someone says that to me, the first thing that comes to my mind is an obvious stupid question like 2 + 2 is definitely a stupid question. But I guess what they mean by that is don't ask obvious questions. So don't ask questions like 2 + 2 because that's just an obvious question. Now, a lot of people fear asking questions because they think that other people might see them as being stupid. But from what I've realized is that whenever somebody asks a question, or whenever I ask a question even, most of the time everyone else in the room has that exact same question on your mind and they were just too afraid to ask it. I'm not saying you should ask questions for the sake of asking questions, because that's just pointless. But what I am saying is that you should ask questions when it pops up into your mind, and don't leave it hanging. Feed your curiosity. And another reason you should ask questions is because it's just a proactive way for you to stay focused in class. Now, sometimes I can tell if I'm losing focus in class when I realize that I don't have much questions to ask. Either that or it's just a topic that we've already covered earlier, or something that I'm already familiar in. But sometimes I can tell like, okay, I didn't have much questions in this class, and I guess I zoned out quite a bit in that class too. So that's why I didn't have much questions to say or to ask. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Raise your hand, send a message in the chat box if it's a virtual meeting, or just Google the question if you have to, especially for those of you who are learning online or learning via course websites like Coursera or Udemy. Oftentimes they'll just have an FAQ section where you can ask questions, so just send your questions over. The main point is don't leave your curiosity hanging and keep feeding it, because the more you feed it, the more it grows. So that would be it for the first video of this series, and I hope you found it helpful. Do let me know down in the comment section below if this video has helped you in any way, shape or form. Leave a like, I'd really appreciate that, or you could even subscribe if you want to stay in tune for more videos that I'll be posting with regards to the series on learning how to learn. I'll be covering topics such as strategies, note-taking, things to do before an exam, and maybe even Notion implementations that I found helpful during my academic journey. So thank you for watching. See you in the next one, and have a good day.